everybody again. So today we're gonna do a takeoff session. So this is my nails that I had on for a month now, which is a fairly long time for me to wear the same set of nails. Just Christmas and New Year coming up, it's just been so hectic. Haven't got a chance to focus on changing my nails design at all, but I thought this give me a good opportunities to show everybody how I would usually remove my nails. I've seen a lot of questions on different forums on how to remove dipping nails. I'll work you through slowly. If there's any further questions, just please ask me. So as you see, this has been a month. We'll get close up images. Yes, they have grown out quite a fair bit, but I'm actually a very slow nails grower, so you can see my growth is not that very excessive. From the side you still can see the nails quite smoothly. It doesn't have any bulkiness to it, and that all depends on when you do your filing. Okay, let's go back to my normal zoom. So first thing when we're taking off is to shave off the top layer of the nails. Shaved as much as possible, because this will ultimately decide on how long you need to wait before your nail can be softened with the acetone, and I'll talk more about the acetone afterward. So what you want is you want to have your removal e-file head. So this is the head that I usually use for removal. So on the side, maybe we'll do it a bit, zoom up again. Okay, so on the side you can see it's quite an edgy head, but I like this speared shape looking because I think it's giving me more control with the smaller ends around the cuticle, but it's quite edgy comparing to your fine head. So I'll show you an example on the fine head. So the fine head will look like this. This is what I use when I shave the nails after the powder is on to smooth out the powder. So this is the fine head, and this is the spear head. I think it's called Volcano if I'm not wrong, this particular one here, but you just got to look out for the edges. So this kind of edges is what you want when you're removing your old layer. Okay, now we'll go put that in. Zoom out my camera again, and let's start taking the nails off. Okay, when you're removing the top layer for removal, you don't worry about smoothness or anything. The rougher you are on the surface is actually the better, because it will help the acetone soaks in. So what do I mean by rough? So instead of when you do the smooth filing, you would have tried to go as quickly as possible, because that would create the smooth surface. But when you're actually filing for removal, you want the surface to be as rough. So short action, lifting it up in different area, and then use that's why I like the small head. Use the small head to actually go right into your cuticle and create almost like a little strokes on the nails, especially around the cuticle area. When I do my nails, I always like to apply a base layer, and the base layer is usually a clear layer. So when I come down to removal, I know how far I can go. So technically, once I removed all the color layer, and if I can see my clear layer, then I know I've reached the pretty much last section of the nails. And I'm not filing on the nails, I'm just filing on the powder that's sitting on the top of the nail. Okay, so get all the glitters off, because the glitters definitely is the outer layer, and the glitter won't come off with the acetone, so it's just better off taking it off. So see how rough I make the surface become, okay? This one is the same. This one is a full glitter nail, so this one you gotta make sure you take it extra rough. Glitters is harder to remove than the normal polish, normal color polish. The purple titanium head that I'm using here, I've got the purple color, is actually heat reduction head, so it will not heat up your nail plate. For some of the head, especially the sandy head, that can heat up the nail plate and it can tend to get hot. This particular one, it doesn't get heated up as bad. Because this glitter nails is clear, and it can be harder for me to see my last layer, so I won't go too much into it straight away. You can see from the underneath, you can see how far you can go. The more you are able to shave off on the top, the quicker it will be for the powder to come off. Okay, the next nail, once again. Still be very careful when you get around to your cuticle. I'm not going on top of my new nails at all. I'm only working on the powder section, the old powder section, and thinning it out. See how the colors start changing because I've started removing the top layer and it's revealing the underneath layer. If you want to see the tutorial how I've done these nails, I think there is a video available for it. I'll see if I can put up the link. Next one. When you're using an air file, just be very cautious anytime you come close to your skin area, so around the cuticle edges. A lot of people think doing nails will thin out their natural nails underneath, but it's not the product that thinning out your nails. It's actually all about the technique of how you do it, how you take it off, how you put it on. That will determine whether the nails underneath that you have is protected or is being harmed. So see, I've taken a great length of layer off, but that doesn't mean I've touched my natural nail layer underneath yet, because you can still see the color of the powder. I'm going to move some. once again, when we're removing the powder, it's not about making it smooth, it's about roughing up the top edges. You can see from underneath how thick I still can see the powder. So. For anybody who likes to change their nails design quite regularly, I suggest to dip your base layer of clear quite thick. So when it comes down to the time for you to change your design, whether it's within a few days or within the week, all you need to do is just file down your upper layer until you reach to your clear layer, and then you apply your new coat on. So this is my acetone bottle. So I'm going to use a little cotton piece. So I have cotton piece cut up to small size like this, so it matches the nail size. And I'm just going to soak it in acetone. So pumping wet, apply it on, and I have one of these little clips that I use, and just clip them on. Okay, so I've got to continue that on for the next 4 fingers. I only usually do one hand, which is my left hand, and I can't do my right hand because during my normal job, my daytime job, I'm not supposed to wear nails at all. So I'm lucky enough to get away with doing one hand, but I still need my my right hand to be clear because of job requirements. Anyway, I'll soak on the tip. The little fingers, I've got a little toes clip, so it's a bit smaller. So that's it. All we do now is we wait for about 5 minutes. We'll check on it again. If the upper layer has softened up, I will tend to file off the soft layer and then re-soak it with acetone again if it's required. Sometimes if you can find it strip off enough, then you don't have to do a second round. But the thing that I want to talk about is acetone. Now you can see my acetone bottle. This is a mixed acetone bottle, so I do not recommend using 100% pure acetone on your nails at all. What pure acetone, 100% acetone like this, it looks kind of like water, translucent, clear. It's very dehydrating on your fingers, so if you were using acetone like that, you will find that the edges of your cuticle become powdery white. That is because the acetone is taking away the moisture from your fingers, so it's dehydrating and it's not meant to use directly on your skin at all. The shops tend to soak your hands in acetone, especially acetone that heated up. That is even more dangerous. But they do it because they want to cut short in time, because acetone being heated up is being activated, so it will work faster. But if you're doing that at home, or if you're doing it in a safer way, I mixed my acetone with vitamin E oil or just olive oil. So in doing that, it will strip down the harshness in the chemical of the acetone, and you'll find that when you soaking them like this, afterward your cuticle skin will not go white, because there is that oil that's cut through the acetone and it's reduced the chemical in the acetone, but it still do the job. However, it's not going to do it in an instant. It doesn't work within minutes. With dipping, generally it's quite quick to remove anyway. You only need to have patience and leave it completely covered with acetone swiped for about 5 or 10 minutes, and you will start find it's easier to strip off straight away. If you just wait for 1 or 2 minutes and then come back and do it, it's just not going to do the work when it hasn't got enough time. Once again, when you go out to the shop, go out to the salon, they might have a lot of people waiting. They might need to go through the numbers of client quite quickly, so they will pick on the quickest way. But if they do that, you make sure you have to monitor your nails yourself if they're not there to monitor it for you. A lot of them just tend to let clients soak off their nails in a bowl of acetone with hot water underneath and then walked away, and you can be sitting there for 5-10 minutes, and that can really kill your natural nails. And that's the most common way really for the natural nails to get thinning, is because the exposure gets to acetone, to the chemical. Coming back to people that do their nails quite often, I've seen a lot of people commenting that they change their nails once a day or a couple of times in a week. There's nothing wrong with it, but just please do not, if you got to do your nails that regularly, don't strip off your nails every single time. Okay, I say put on a thick base coat, cover the whole nails, and then as you change your design, you only need to use the E-file, and you just take your design off with the E-file, so you're not touching your nails, you're just shaving off the top design until you reach to that clear coat. You know that is your bottom layer, and you stopped, and then you put your new design over that clear top. There's no need for you to soak and remove your nails like what I'm doing here every second day. You only do this if your nails has been on for longer than 14 days. If it hasn't been on for longer than 14, you can easily file it down, thinning it out, and then you just do your new design on the top, preventing that there's not as much lifting has happened, which when you do your cleaning up, and if you clear around your cuticle properly, then you shouldn't have that much lifting occur. But anyway, we'll give it a few minutes, and then we'll come back to the nails and check on it. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes since I put the cotton swab on, so I'm going to remove it and then see what happened. So I've done the thumb first. So you can see so the size section, the color section is pretty much off. It's only the glitter section that's still on top a little bit more. So what I'll do, I'm going to shave off just where the glitters is, okay? I'm not going to go into where the nails place, because glitters can be a little bit more stubborn. I'm going to shorten my nails out a little bit, so I'm not going to worry too much on the tip area. see there's just a little bit of glitters left, so what I'll do a new piece of cotton swab. And you see how the nails, the skin around the nails hasn't changed. It hasn't looked powdery, hasn't got that white color on it because how we toned down the acetone. And even when I put my cotton swab on, I've only put where the powder is. I don't go all the way up to my fresh nails and my cuticle, okay? Because you want to minimize the exposure of the acetone on your natural nails. Second finger. So everything's pretty much clear. It's just a little bit on the tip. So I'm just going to take it off on the tip. This one I probably don't need to do it again. Once I shorten my tips or my length, it will be okay. Okay. There's a bit of patch of orangeness that you see there. That's a very old set that I had, and that's tips of shade of color still linger on a little bit at the tip because, as I say, I don't usually drill or use the EFA right directly into the nails. Okay. When you see there's a bit of white sections here, that's because there is powder and there is dryness. So we're just going to go lightly to break up that little bit of powder on the top. It's not the nail peeling, it's just the powder drying off. Just remove my color. There will be another drill that I use to go right on my nail plate, but it's not this one. This one is only for our powder. Okay. 3 nails. This is a glitter one. Glitters one is always more stubborn to remove. This one is not too bad. So I only work over where I still can see the glitter. I don't work over my natural nails. Cut my nails quite short after this. Okay, and then we've got our last fingers. See, it's a good 70% that's come off straight away just after a few minutes, and your cuticle is still nice and pink. Your new nails growth section is still untouched. Thumbs again. Now the glitter's almost come off. So I'm just going to shave off the middle part again, and then I'm going to cut the nail short. And that's it. See, all the nails is gone. Now we're going to cut it short. This is all my natural nails. I tend to strip my nails down once in a while. In my daytime work, I do have to use a lot of alcohol rubbing every day. So therefore we're not recommended to wear nails at all, so we can observe whether the alcohol has done anything to the nails. Sometimes if you use your alcohol and you leave it too long in your nails, it can actually go inside the nail bed and it can thinning out your nails bit. Okay, after this we're going to give it a quick shave, and the final step is just a sand buff around the top of the surface, just to making sure the surface is nice and smooth. If I didn't need to take my length off, I could have just used the sandy bit and file off my tip, like the top surface of my tip, so it's nice and smooth. Then I can reapply a new color while keeping the same length. This would be funny after this, because this will be the first time that I don't have new nails on straight away. I'm just trying to record this session in between clients, so I have to do it quite quickly. Won't have time to do a new set. Anyway, get through our buffing bit. So this is my sandy bit. Okay, this would be the only piece of filing head that you can use directly on your skin or on your nail plate, or anything that is in a fine category. Some of this head as well that I can also use. So this is a very, very fine. When you work it on your skin, you won't feel it, so you won't tear the skin. But you still need to take a lot of cautions when using it. Anything with additional filing, extreme movement or anything on top of your natural nail, you always need to take cautions anyway. I don't go too high, because this sandy head can heat up the nails, and I don't go all the way through the, like up the head anyway, because I don't want to touch my new growth. I'm just smoothing out my old layer. I was going to apply another set straight away, I would work further on the cuticle, because before you apply your new set you need to roughen your natural nails. Roughen but not thinning, so then the new powder can adhere to it better. But because I'm not going to do any nail set at all, I'm not going to touch the cuticle line or my natural new nails that grow now. I only work on the area that had the powder on before. Smooth buff it. Give it a brush on the dust, and that's it. I'm done. You can clean up the cuticle, skin around it if you want to, or you can start working on the cuticle line, pushing up the cuticle, but not gonna have time, so I'm gonna just apply cuticle oil around my cuticle. And you see, none of my nails or my cuticle has gone powdery white at all, right? That's it. So that's how I remove my nails. If you've got any question, please ask me. Feel free to ask me either on my Facebook or leave me a comment on the video. If you see me on any of the groups, also say hi. If there's any query on anything else that you want me to touch on, please ask. I'll try to explain as much as I can within my knowledge what I believe. That not to say what I say is the most correct thing, but what I say is what I've experienced and what I find is the most beneficial for me. So therefore I like to share my view with everybody. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Once again, please subscribe, like and share my video, comment it. Love to hear from everybody. Give me lots of boost for the next upcoming video. Meanwhile, take care and I'll see you the next time. Thank you.